The NBA's back. There's no better place to get in on the action than with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Even if you missed the start of the game or want to ride the hot hand, FanDuel has live bets on everything from who will score next to fourth quarter comebacks. Plus, you can combine your live bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at a bigger payout. Right now, FanDuel is giving new customers $300 in bonus bets when their first $5 bet wins. So head over to FanDuel.com/UCSS to sign up and play your game with FanDuel, the official sports betting partner of the NBA. Guys, the Cavs are 1.5-point underdogs tonight at home on ESPN against the Houston Rockets. And the Cavs have this soft label, this narrative, this is a soft team that can't be erased in one game, but there's certainly no better team to try and start to change the narrative against than a team that a lot consider the toughest in basketball. If you look at some of the overall season rankings between the Cavs and the Rockets, and Steve, 388 whenever you get a chance, the Rockets have the number one offensive rating in all of basketball this year. They're top 10 in defense. They're 6th overall. They tied for the second best net rating. And look at the rebounding percentage.
That's huge.
In the box score counting stats, in terms of total rebounds, in terms of rebounding percentage, in terms of crashing the glass percentage, and in terms of how many guys they send to the glass, they're number one, and it's not close. The Cavs, 17th in rebounding rate. They're slightly better in the overall total number of rebounds they grab, but they have been horrific.
What is rebounding rate, Mike?
The amount of shots missed that ends up as a rebound for said team. It's just a better way than counting the total rebounds because some teams play faster and have more rebounding opportunities than teams that play slower. The Rockets, worth mentioning, the 27th slowest pace in basketball. So their total rebounds are still number one despite the fact they play incredibly slow. Their rebounding rate it's a gigantic gap between them.
Look at the assists, though. They're terrible. They don't move the
Well,
ball.
the other thing that we don't show where they're terrible at is, and this is how you can even out number of possessions. They turn it over a lot.
They do.
And the Cavs force a lot of turnovers. So I think that will be the battle tonight. Can the Cavs force them into as many turnovers as the rebound disparity between the two teams?
And Bo, the assist ratio also lower because they get a lot of putbacks. It's not an assist on an offensive rebound.
Okay.
So that's part. They do play a ton of iso ball. Durant, Amen Thompson, Şengün. By the way, Şengün's an absolute freaking monster, guys.
Had a great game.
How is Durant fitting in there?
Awesome. They've been really good.
I think he's become more prolific on offense. Am I right? And the other thing, I've only watched them a little bit. I went back and watched the highlights of the Magic game. That was a great game. They remind me of, no one's going to get this analogy because I'm the only one old enough to understand it, and I'm probably the only hockey fan. But they remind me of the Edmonton Oilers with Wayne Gretzky. Durant is Wayne Gretzky, and then they've got a bunch of guys.
Mark Messier, though, was a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, but he was a enforcer. He was going to take the fight to you. And Gretzky was a ballerina on skates.
Oh, they all protected him. Yeah.
So he was the finesse scorer, and then they had four guys around him that just built a bubble around him, essentially. And they played defense, and they protected him, and they made it possible for him to do his thing. They didn't let the defense disrupt him so he could operate.
Yeah.
And I think that's exactly what this Rockets team looks like to me. They've got Durant and then four dudes that are on it.
Well, and real quick before you two chime in, we've talked about the leap we wanted Mobley to take this year, and it still may happen.
Yeah.
The Rockets have Şengün has taken that leap. Steve, you want to pull Şengün's
incredible.
stats?
And how many years has he been? He's been in the league less than.
He's the exact same draft.
Oh.
Down to.
Yeah, but doesn't Durant help with that?
100%. But he's shooting threes this year. Take the numbers, Steve, whatever you want here. He's averaging 10 plus rebounds, 7.5 assists. He's shooting 45% from three.
Jeez. Mike, he's better than Mobley, is he not?
He's not a defender. So, but
they
offensively,
don't shoot many threes, do they?
As a team, not a ton, but Şengün this year is actually shooting threes for the first time in his career. He's averaging 3.5 attempts per game and shooting 45%. So that's
but I think the
volume.
Cavs lead the NBA in threes.
Oh, no, yeah, they're
and the
way
Rockets just aren't that way. They're not
Mike,
built that way.
if the Raptors offered him straight up for Mobley, would you do it? You would.
Before the season, I would say not a chance, and right now I'd have to have a long conversation about that.
But Mike, the jump that he's made with Durant, what would he look like with Mitchell as the alpha in the offense?
Durant's opened the entire floor for them.
That's what I think too.
It's helped him for sure. Like it's
helped
really
everybody.
Yeah, I mean, Amen Thompson has also taken a big jump.
What's his mentality in terms of toughness and
Şengün, he's Eastern European, grew up in a war zone. You don't want to mess with that guy.
Like this dude, when Şengün, listen, first and foremost, I go to Mobley, and the problem that I have with Mobley is not the offense, it's the rebounding. He's supposed to be 10, 12, easy. That 8.5, no, I can't have that. I need that. And here's the thing with Mobley. That 18 could easily be 23, but it's just the couple possessions where he get the ball and he's too far deep in the paint and he's just finishing on people or getting fouled. Right now, you look at Şengün. He'll get the ball on the block and he'll dribble the ball out of the block, back you down and score. And the problem is in this basketball game, you got him and you got Steven Adams. You already know what Steven Adams is. You already understand.
Yeah.
The Thompson twins. Boy, listen. They gonna
hold me now.
they gonna play defense. They're gonna be athletic. I like the way the Rockets is built. Durant is just Durant. He gonna get to his spot. It's just all about whether he can miss or not.
You think they're the second best team in the NBA?
I do.
They up there.
I do.
I think that.
Who's most likely to beat Oklahoma City in the playoffs? If there's anybody.
Denver.
Them.
Not Denver?
Denver.
Man.
I think if Oklahoma City gets out of the West, it's a wrap.
But listen.
Three best teams in the league right now.
I'm gonna tell you.
I know. I just think that, but I think OKC is the cream.
When you got the Rockets, right? They can rebound the ball. They got length. They got a guy that's rough on the block, and you got Durant. Durant can get you. Listen, he'll mess around and not miss. And if they can play defense and they can find some different pieces to put on SGA, you ain't gonna stop SGA. But I like the way they built.
I do too. I can't wait till they haven't played yet, have they?
No.
I can't
I'm
wait
curious,
until they start their series.
In your guys' opinion, and Bull, I want to start with you because you've been the harshest on them in this.
Yeah.
If the Cavs front line comes out and Allen and Mobley and those guys not only hold their own on the glass, but hold their own on both ends of the court against this kind of front line that is incredibly physical. And we didn't mention Steven Adams, by the way.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I did.
Or Clint Capella or Jabbar. Like, this is and Ime Udoka might be the toughest guy in basketball.
Goons.
It's too early to have it be a statement game.
But
if they
It would
come out
make a
tonight,
statement. For me, it would make a statement.
It would? Okay.
Because I'll tell you, I'm expecting them to get their ass kicked. That's my expectation.
Okay.
I think the Cavs not necessarily like they get blown out in the game, but I'm expecting the Rockets
Physically.
Up front
I
to
agree.
dominate the Cavs, and it be very clear that those guys play better than Mobley and Allen and Nance or whoever else they play up front. And so if they hold their own or even win those matchups, they'll win the game. And I personally, for whatever that's worth, would be very impressed.
I'm sure Kenny's preaching what you just said.
he said in the post game before you go, Jay. He said
Yeah.
post game after Monday when they beat the Bucks, he was like, "We play this against Houston, we're gonna get our asses kicked."
And he's right. Early in the Milwaukee game, there was a sequence. I think it was maybe the first couple minutes. Antetokounmpo was still in there. He moved Mobley like he was a rag doll. It was on the dunk that I think made it 8-2.
Yeah, it was
then
right
they
before
hit a
Kenny-
three
right before
right
Kenny
after that
called
to
the
make it
timeout.
11-2.
Yeah.
And I just on that play alone, and I know it's not fair to like make this wide sweeping.
Giannis is an alien, so it's tough
And he's
to
the
compare.
only guy that could do that. But like you really get a sense he's Myles Garrett playing basketball, and it's like a thin running back is trying to pick up Miles on a chip. You know who's going to win that. And when Antetokounmpo got it in the low blocks there, I'm like, oh, this isn't going to be pretty. And he just shoulders through him like he's water. And we have got to be tougher against the Houstons of the world, OKC, and obviously Milwaukee.
Denver.
Because, I think we caught a break that Antetokounmpo went out.
Oh, yeah, they probably would have lost the game.
I felt like they would have lost that game just because he's so physically imposing.
He's incredible.
And we don't do well against those teams,
No.
and Houston is one of those teams.
So, G, would you say this as a statement, kind of win if Allen and Mobley hold their own, or maybe not even a win, but a statement to change this soft narrative?
I would,
if the front court can actually hold their own.
I would congratulate them. I shake their hand and come on here and be like, man, the Cavs showed me something. Right now, the way they're playing, and Kenny will tell you, right now this season's going to end in a lot of decisions and heartbreak if they continue to play the way they are.
Man.
I'm just letting you know,
But
right now.
Last year we overreacted to 15-0. I think this year people are overreacting to what are they 10-5?
No.
10-5, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
the reason
I
I
agree.
say that, and Mike, you're the guy to answer this question because you get this and I don't. But it seems to me that what Kenny Atkinson is working on early this season, and maybe he'll do it all through the season, I think he's fiddling with lineups, and I know there are injuries, but last year in the playoffs, I think it all happened so quickly and then they were done. I think there was an internal organizational pivot where they literally said, no, there's no trophy for 15-0, but we all got caught up in it. Like, use these meaningless regular season games to figure out who you need to be in April. Am I right? Is that what he's doing?
I'm not sure if it's intentional, but it's kind of the reality with all the guys that have been in and out of the lineup.
Maybe.
Donovan said it wasn't after Milwaukee. It was after the game last week. They ended up losing, and he said, 15-0 is awesome, and obviously we'd rather be 15-0, but we didn't learn how to fight through any adversity last year. In the season, they got so far ahead of themselves, and then the win streak, and then the second win streak, and then the third win streak, and then chasing the regular season win total, that they put a lot of the development on the back burner because it was all about winning games and stacking wins on top. And at least this time around, he said, we're learning, and he used Jason's quote, which means I know, Don, you're listening. What's up, Don? He said, we're learning how to play with our right hand tied behind our back. We're learning to play left-handed early, which could pay real dividends down the stretch.
Man, let me tell you, the reason I say that is, listen, there's seasons where you play and it's up for grabs. Let me tell you something. If you want to beat OKC, guess what? They got championship pedigree. They won. You want to beat the Denver Nuggets? They got Jokic. They got championships under their belt. You want to beat the Rockets? Guess what? The Rockets got Kevin Durant. He got multiple championships. Figuring it out, that's cool. That sound cute. But you guys are playing against top-notch guys who have been there, done that. So somebody has to step up and take that. And right now, you counting on Jared Allen and Evan Mobley right now? That's not gonna get it done against that. So they better figure it out. But I don't think you can grow physicality. I think you are who you are.
G. I agree. We keep waiting for Mobley to get this dog in him and for Jared to get this dog in him. And I think you're born with that.
Either you got it or you don't.
Even if they play well, I think we'd all be impressed if their front court, if our front court held its own.
Yeah.
But it still doesn't change the soft narrative, not from one game.
No, you got
have to do it when it matters.
Series, and if you can do it in a playoff series, then it carries over to next year.
Games on ESPN tonight. Mike, how many teams in the West, in your opinion, this is the first time the Cavs have been an underdog at home in a while, right? How many teams in the West do you think are better than the Cavs?
Definitively?
Yeah.
Right now, I'd say 3.
Houston, Denver, and Oklahoma City?
I think those are the 3 best teams in the league, and then I think there's a line of demarcation, and everyone else is you could cluster a few together underneath. But
who's the 4th best team in the West?
Right now, the Lakers, they haven't had LeBron back. I don't trust their defense. Their offense is absolutely incredible. But I'm not sure Austin Reeves is a season-long 30-point-per-game scorer.
But here's the bottom line. If somehow the Cavs were playing a championship against the Lakers, there's no way you're taking the Cavs.
I mean, we're 15 games into the season. The way the Cavs are playing, no, but I think it's actually a pretty good matchup for Cleveland.
Right, but you're not going to bet against LeBron, and you wouldn't bet against LeBron in that situation. I don't care if he's 50.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't think there's no chance. I think the Lakers are coming out of the West.
Listen,
no, I don't either.
If one of those 3 teams, OKC, Denver, and Houston, don't reach the finals, I would be shocked. And OKC,
agree.
by the way, might break the all-time wins record. It's incredible how good they are.
What about Detroit, Mike? You were pissing on them before the season.
I didn't think they'd be that good. I've been surprised. They've
Best team in the East right now. You're not
13
buying
and 2.
it.
No, they're the second best record in basketball. But if you want
JB
more
Coach of the
basketball
Year?
talk,
JB Coach of the Year?
right now, yeah, he is.